A big part of the holiday season is plenty of decorations in our homes and food that we all love to eat, but it may not be the best thing for those other creatures in your life, and that is your pets. And so we have with us Dr. Elizabeth Tullett of Allen Heights Veterinary Hospital to give us some advice on how to get through the holidays without endangering our fur babies. Welcome,
Hi.
Dr. T, right?
Yes.
That's what you tend to go by?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming in.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
So what can you tell us about having pets during the holidays?
Well, they go through it right along with us.
Right.
And what I mean by that is they're into our decorations, they're into the Christmas tree water, they're playing with all your Christmas decorations and sometimes eating it. They're eating our foods. They know about the schedule changes. They know about the influx, the outflux of guests and your own presence in and out of the house. They will sometimes raid the gifts that you've put under the tree or are hiding somewhere. Some cats love to eat plastics, for example. They suffer stress. If the house is super busy all of a sudden or you are gone for a week, they can experience stress. So that's what we're going to kind of touch on, is all those things. Or at least I want to touch on all those things today.
We're going to try to touch on all of those things. Yeah, I know. Part of the thing is you bring them in, particularly cats. I mean, for years that we had to decorate the tree in two ways. Glass on top, plastic on the bottom, right? So I was lucky I didn't have a lot of climbers, but I have a friend who has been posting video to Facebook of her cat mounting and dismounting from the Christmas tree.
Yep.
Without knocking it over, which I find amazing. But I also know they start chewing on things, and I mean there was concerns over poinsettias at one point, that you can't have poinsettias in the house and how to get rid of those. And then there were the glittery icicle strands that used to throw on the tree, which one of my cats got into and luckily got out of his system. And I had to ban those from the house. So what are some examples that you can give of issues that you've had with in your hospital?
Yeah. So the biggest concern would be the ingestion of the long stringy things.
Yeah.
And I had brought along some ribbon just to make the point. Like, this is a fantastic cat toy. They love this, and this can be all over your tree. It'll be around your gifts, and they are going to chew on that. And if they ingest a long enough piece, it'll get stuck in their intestines. And I was telling you before that I've actually removed 48 inches, and we measured this, 48 inches of ribbon, that's 4 feet, out of a cat's digestive tract. It was all in the intestines, and it was all bunched up.
Oh, my God.
But why that cat ate 4 feet of ribbon, who knows, but they do. So your tinsely, ribbony stuff, dangerous for cats, definitely. Dogs will eat it too, but it just doesn't seem to tie up their intestines as badly as it will with cats. Yeah. So it's a danger for dogs, but that's notorious for cats. String and cats, don't go.
Don't go. Yeah, and I would think the dog would be the one to be, most of my, I think it's been the dog has been the one who's gotten into stuff that they really shouldn't have gotten into.
Right.
So what about foods? I mean, we all bring in, everybody has turkeys or hams or roast beef, but it's all the other fixings that go with it. What should people not be giving Fido at the table?
Anything high fat and chocolate. Chocolate is the brownies, it's the frosting on the cookies, the chocolate chips in the cookies, what have you, the chocolate mousses and whatnot. And the other thing is high fat, and that depends on how you make it, but that could be giblets for animals that don't usually get the organs, the organs from your turkey. Don't suddenly give it to them. Gravies, the mashed potatoes with the sour cream and butter in them, that's high fat. Plain, simple stuff like plain breast meat is going to be fine. But when you start adding all the other stuff on top of it, you're going to get digestive upset. And you could even give your pet or cause your pet to develop something called pancreatitis, which is a severe inflammation of the gut, the pancreas gland, and that can hospitalize them. So that's serious, and that's from high fat. Foods. So that's your biggest thing. And then chocolate because of the toxin. Right,
the chocolate. Well, that's interesting because one of the treats that we always gave our cats, and we would pull out the giblets out of the turkey, and they would be cooked.
Cook it up.
That's what the cats and the dogs would get for their Thanksgiving dinner. And I was doing that for years, and that's not a good thing to do.
Might not be a good thing. Your dog's gut might not be able to handle it. Your cat gut probably could, but your dog, no.
Wow. Okay, so that's something to be careful of.
It is.
Yeah. And stress. You know, I mean, you're right. It's particularly. I think cats will hide sometimes. Dogs will get hyper agitated with a lot of people coming in. So, what are some calming ways that we can help our pets get through the holidays?
So one thing that I like to tell my clients, and it sounds kind of fluky, is that just tell your pet what is going on. I'm going away for 3 days.
Yeah.
You know, just talk to them because they pick up on your vibe anyway. So you might as well just include them on your plans. So then there are other things you can do. There's calming like pheromones, like feel away is a pheromone. You can start to spray the house with that. DAP is the dog equivalent. It's a pheromone in a spray or a collar that they wear. And these pheromones are supposed to make them feel calmer, more confident. So you can try that. There's Rescue Remedy that's made for pets. That's a homeopathic, so it'll drop under the tongue that you give them. And homeopathic is something derived from an herbal medicine. It's a little fluky of a theory, but it does tend to help some animals, so Rescue Remedy. And then for animals that are really so stressed out that they're damaging themselves or your property, then we have to get into real drugs, the pharmaceuticals, and we'll get Xanax or alprazolam, trazodone. There's all kinds of drugs that we can use for animals to help them keep calm.
All right. And what else? I know you had brought a couple of examples of drugs, I believe. You wanted to make sure that they were spelled right. So what?
Well,
what
one is a toxin. And that's the one I wanted to make sure was spelled right. It's a very hard word. When you hear it, you don't know what it is, you won't spell it right. Xylitol.
Xylitol. Okay.
Yes.
So what is that?
It's an artificial sweetener, and it's in people foods, and it's notoriously in sugar-free gums and peanut butter. And the peanut butter doesn't have to be labeled sugar-free. It's just an artificial sweetener that shows up a lot in peanut butter. But it's in a bunch of other foods. So what it does is it will interfere with the glucose in your dog. Usually dogs will get into it because they're the ones eating peanut butter.
Right.
But it can do the same thing for cats. Doesn't do it so much for us people. Safe for us, but not for our dogs. So if you're buying peanut butter or just looking at an artificial sweetener and you see this funky word, this xylitol, which actually begins with an X, Y, not a Z.
Like Xena.
Right.
Princess Warrior.
Right. Xena, Princess Warrior is spelled with an X.
Right.
So yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, that's a big one, yeah. And I also wanted to touch base with you on something that, comes up, particularly because I saw somebody looking for kittens on Facebook, and I'm like, I've heard a lot of that, that maybe because of the stress levels, it might not be the best time to be giving pets as gifts.
It is not. Yeah, we generally say it's not, and Easter isn't either. People like to do the bunnies and the chickens for Easter. But for Christmas, it's the puppies and kittens, and maybe bunnies. But animals aren't a great gift unless it's like been planned by the family and everyone knows you're getting this animal, and you've already got like the puppy crate and the litter pans, and you've got everything set to welcome this animal in. If you surprise someone with a pet, where is it going to go to the bathroom?
Right.
Who's going to run to the store and grab the food that it needs right now? You have to be prepared to bring an animal in.
Right. I think you also have to be prepared to that the animal's going to be there after the holidays are over, and this is going to be it's a lifetime commitment.
Yeah.
It's not going to go away the next day. It's not going to stay small and cute. It's going to get big and loud and dirty sometimes.
And they need a lot of attention. They need to be raised.
Yeah. So I think that's something to keep in mind if you're thinking, I think I'll just get a kitten for the holidays. Make sure that you can take care of that kitten, and that the person you may be giving it to wants and can care for that cat for the next 15 years or 18 or 21. That's how long one of my cats lived.
Yes,
21
they
years.
do.
So it's not just a couple of years. So we want to keep that in mind. So I want to thank you so much for coming. Tell us a little bit about Allen Heights Veterinary Hospital before we go.
All right, so Allen Heights is actually the oldest operating vet hospital in Pittsfield. It was started in either 1940 or 1941 with Dr. Toplitz. I am the fourth owner. My husband and I own it now. We've been there about 12 years. I have a great core staff. They've been with me. They were actually employed by the previous owner, so they've been with me the entire time. Wow. They've stayed on this long. We've hired a few new people over the years. And, basically we enjoy doing small animal preventative medicine, general wellness. We do surgeries, dental work. I like to do acupuncture. I do a little bit of herbal medicine. Yeah, so we're just kind of a general, like, all-service veterinary hospital.
Do you do small animals when you say guinea pigs, rabbits?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little bit of rabbit and guinea pig. I don't do lizards, I'll tell you that. Okay. I don't do much in the way of birds either. But small and furry, yeah.
Small and furry you'll do. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for being on. And you know, you gave us some great advice. Please keep that in mind when you've got your cat and your dog, your bunny over the holidays. Think about them a little bit as everything's going on. All right. And we'll see you and have a great holiday.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.